Oh. 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 Oscar guy here. I just watched. Before we even get to my first impressions here, I do have the Christmas tree up. There it is. And it's topical because I think the movie I'm about to talk about is probably one of my new favorite Christmas movies. Even though no one really calls it a Christmas movie, it takes place around Christmas. The movie in question is Eyes Wide Shut. It's about to leave Netflix on December 31st, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's been on my list for a long time. Really big fan of Kubrick. I just never watched it, and it's a rainy Sunday, and I figured I'd just slap it on and check it out. I really, really liked it. I think I actually loved it. I might like it more than the majority of people because a lot of people are kind of mixed on it, but it really worked for me for whatever reason. It stars Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, their husband and wife, who kind of have issues in their marriage, the issues of infidelity. Tom Cruise is a doctor, very wealthy. He lives in New York City. They go to this party, and Nicole Kidman kind of starts dancing with this gentleman, flirting with this gentleman. Tom Cruise, flirts with a couple women. We're kind of introduced to their extramarital urges, and Nicole Kidman's character ends up kind of confessing something about a possible affair that makes Tom Cruise incredibly jealous. And in his jealousy, he ends up getting a lead from an old friend of his who was a pianist. His name is Nick Nightingale. He's a jazz pianist, and Nick tells Tom Cruise's character that he plays at this party in the early morning, and it's very secretive and kind of interesting, and he kind of leads him on, and he ends up at this underground kind of sexual orgy party where everyone is in these costumes and they're all masked, and he wants to go, have some fun, I guess, out of spite, I guess, and out of jealousy, after Nicole Kidman has this confession. And then from there, it kind of goes into other areas, and he kind of suffers the consequences from his going to this party. And it's kind of a very interesting character study and psychodrama. It's very slow, and it's very, I say, self-indulgent. I don't know. It works, man. I don't know what to say. It just works. I mean, really didn't deserve Kubrick, man. We really didn't deserve him. He's just such a the way he directs his films and the way his actors kind of speak their lines and how slowly they move and how calculated all the camera movements are and the editing. It's so engaging. I was so glued to whatever story this was. On paper, the story is just like kind of, who really cares? But it just works. I mean, it is so immaculately told, this story, and so engaging, and just, it's a great slow burn. It's a wonderful, wonderful slow burn. It's kind of a silly film, but it's great. I loved it. It's not perfect, of course, but it just goes to show you even Kubrick's lesser films, later on in his career, are just great. And I think a lot of people are mixed on this movie, and I think a lot of that has to do with comparing this film to his other films in his filmography, which is tough because what a filmography he has. But Eyes Wide Shut, man, I was really impressed by it, and I wish I could talk more about it without spoiling it. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's going to be on Netflix for the rest of the month. Check it out. It's very good. I was very impressed by it. I liked it more than I thought I would. I will also say that the actor who portrays Nick Nightingale, the jazz pianist, is none other than Todd Field, who is the director of Tar, one of my favorite films of this year. That kind of blew me away. Like, when I saw him, I was like, I wasn't really like, oh, he looks familiar. It didn't even occur to me that it was Todd Field. Like, now, in retrospect, I'm like kind of remembering what he looks like. I'm like, yeah, of course that was Todd Field. I had no idea he was an actor before he, started directing films. That was such a pleasant surprise. I was like, Todd, his name came out in the credits. I'm like, wait, whoa, Todd Field, dude. What? The dialogue, man, the Kubrick dialogue is just like very basic and very slow, and no one would really talk like this in real life, kind of like a Tarantino script, but it's Kubrick's own kind of vision and his own screenwriting and everything. So it was really cool, man. I really enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, it's pretty slow and the story is very kind of basic and a little bit predictable. Some twists and turns near the end that kind of round everything out narratively. But it's one of my new favorite Christmas movies. So, Merry Christmas, Eyes Wide Shut. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Thank you guys for watching, and Oscar Guy is out.
Happy, everybody.
How like a turtle the sun looks.
Happy.
What the?